Well, welcome to another week of The Sprout, where we are taking time to tell stories that Richland is doing in our community. And this week is a very special episode. We are sitting down with Sincere Rawls, who has been through their Enrich program, here to share with us his personal story, his experience, and how much Richland Community College has really impacted his life. So thank you for being here, Sincere. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed getting to know you and talking even behind camera and on the phone. I love having the personal stories being told as well, beyond the academics and the programs, but the personal stories that really impact our community. So thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've always thought about the idea of getting my voice out there, getting my name out there is just like an opening to my dreams, really. Because helping people is what drives me. And I feel like if my story could help somebody else in the long run, it'd mean the world to not only me, but to them as well.
Oh, that's incredible. So how about we share some of that story today? Now, are you a Decatur native?
Yes, I've lived here all my life.
Okay. So I would love, because your experience with Richland has been around the Enrich program, I'd love for you to maybe start with high school, of where you're at, your introduction to some essential skills, and kind of what led you into some of the Enrich.
So throughout the beginning of high school, I wasn't really the best of students, and they really recommended Enrich as like a behavioral program for me to help me really think about the way that I go about my actions, and more of like an anger management type of program. And I was like, fine, whatever, I'll do it. And then meeting Tad and really sitting down in that class and learning about my feelings on a deeper level really is what got me interested. I got curious about myself, curious about just learning more about me.
Yeah. I find it intriguing that they were taking essential skills into the high schools, which I don't think we've really talked too much about that side of things on the show yet. It wasn't necessarily the Enrich program, the entirety of it, but it was essential skills then that they were bringing to your high school to introduce the students to. Is that correct?
It was Enrich at first, but then it's just like divided into like an essential skills portion and then a math portion.
Oh, I see.
It's the essential skills portion that really drew me in.
Okay, I see. Gotcha. Now, we've had Tat on the show, and he himself is a motivational force, is he not?
He really is.
He's very contagious, just with his joy and hope and optimism. What was it about him compared to where you were at and what you've seen that really drew you into those places?
Really, it was his energy. The way that he could still be playful, be bubbly, be as fun as he is, and still make a difference, make a real impact on a community. I felt like I could do something like that, and that I wanted to.
I see. Now, when you started going through the program and working with yourself and learning yourself, what were some things that stood out to you? Whether it be tools or connections that really helped guide you on some of that?
Really, it was a lot of me just realizing that with me personally, I have ADHD. Finding out just really how different I am compared to everybody. And really how I could use the differences in myself to really help a lot of other people. Because like, for instance, my energy, it's almost never ending. I'm able to use that as like a drive. I'm able to use my energy, turn it into joyful energy, and then use my joyful energy to like bleed out the good energy onto others. I feel like there's so many negativity going around that just being happy consistently could, it could be contagious.
Sure. Well, walk us through a little bit of after high school. You had mentioned you going out then into Richland to kind of walk through and finish working through the Enrich program. Is that correct?
Yes, but it was a bit of a pause.
Okay.
Because at the time, I didn't really know what to do with myself. I just sat at home, did really nothing. And then eventually, that internal voice came in and be like, you have to do something. You got to get up and do something with your life. And I just didn't know where to go. And that's when Nick, my uncle, reached out to me about how they were doing the Enrich program at the college, and that he wanted me to sign up.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I've done this before. I know this. Sure, I'll do it. And then once I started it, really, it was really the energy of all the teachers and everybody basically resonating with me in saying, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know where to go, this is the place. We're here to help you.
I really love hearing stories that are very personal, because a lot of people that we've sat with at Richland, they really have this mindset of like the individual first, not necessarily the academics or like the programs or the degrees, even though obviously that is a byproduct of growth in education. But really being able to sit with an individual and seeing them, supporting them, seeing what makes them come alive and inspire them, working with them in those things, and then getting them plugged into that. I would love for you to share your essential skills facilitator, not TAP from high school, but also the one that you had experienced when you were in Enrich out at Richland, and what that experience was like for you.
Honestly, it was like really me accepting the fact that as a man, I have to open up. I really have to open that book, take down those walls, and really just let them in. Because I knew that if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to be helped. Not in the way that I wanted to, not in the way that would be productive. Honestly, it was really me wanting to change as much as I wanted to, and Ms. Geis understanding that and really picking me out of the crowd as like not only just the youngest one in the class, as somebody out of my generation, as one of the rare few who actually want to do something.
Yeah. I really like what you said there, because I think there's a big key that a lot of people don't quite understand of you wanting to change has to be there, because essential skills and Richland, all of the stuff, they can offer you these things, but unless you're really ready to change, put in the work, do your best, work hard, and take on that challenge, really, I'm not sure if you would receive as much through it, right?
Right. Definitely the want to change is definitely one of the biggest factors, because you could just go there and just collect a check and just sit by and float by, but you won't really do nothing. You won't really amount to anything. You'll just come out of there with a degree and not knowing really what you're doing, not being the same person as when you went in. And I felt like if I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to do this with a purpose in mind. I'm going to do this with knowing that I'm going to come out of this a better person.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Whenever you look at yourself when you started, and whenever you look at yourself as you've completed the program, tell me, what are you proud of the most whenever you look at it?
Really, I'm proud of my work ethic. I've really went from that child who didn't really want to do nothing, sat at home all day playing video games and watching anime, to somebody who I don't even like sitting at home or really doing anything unless I'm out working and earning. Unless I'm really making a big difference, I don't really like sitting around at home.
Work ethic. I like that. I was having a conversation the other day with someone around work ethic and how it's kind of this ambiguous term because it kind of speaks towards a lot of the intangibles with work, Right. It's not kind of just doing the task,
Yeah.
but it's pushing yourself to do it well. It's showing up on time. It's the customer service aspect that goes into it. It's taking care of yourself, your appearance, of how you come off, all the things that really aren't always spoken.
Yeah, because like before Essential Skills, I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to do the job that I do now.
Yeah.
Dealing with, not even dealing, really assisting the customers, even when they get on the angrier side, I'm able to handle it way better than I would, say, a year ago before I really did Essential Skills. I feel like I'd get angry, I'd try to quit, I'd throw in a towel at the first chance. But now I'm really able to deal with my triggers a lot more, my anxiety, my paralysis that I'd get. I'm able to push through those and really take those steps towards really being the person that I want to be.
Okay. I love hearing that. Can you give us an example of how they were able to help you with some practical steps or tools to know how to adjust yourself when those things want to flare?
Like with my anxiety, I learned that if I really just separate myself and really write, like coloring, I'd color and write down, and it'll help leagues. And before then, I wouldn't even tackle the idea of it. Or like my anger. I used to have
Deep breath there.
oh Lord. With my anger, I've realized that it's really all a mindset thing. I learned how to perceive the external parts of my life and just react to them the way that I want to react. If I decide that I don't want to get angry a certain day, I won't. And it's almost like a delusion thing, but it really works.
Interesting. So what I hear you saying, and please correct me, but it's almost like you've learned how to compartmentalize and separate feeling as the experience and who I am.
Yes.
Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Right. So then I might be feeling this, but it's an experience. It's not who I am. And I can kind of separate the flood then that wants to come.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
manage it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. And I think a lot of people would, I know myself at least, there's been a lot of utility whenever I've understood feelings and emotions aren't who I am, but they kind of show me where I am, right? And being able to navigate that differently. I think that's incredible. So you had shared with us the example of angry customers occasionally. I'd love for you to bring us through on that a through line here of coming out of Enrich. Where are you at today?
Right now, I am working at Walmart. I'm a mobile expert with OSL Retail.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what I do is I assist Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile with giving out their phone plans and phone deals.
I see. So hence why some customers might be frustrated sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a gap between maybe their understanding. What is it about your job that you really love?
Honestly, it's building that understanding. A lot of people nowadays don't really have that much know-how when it comes to electronics and technology. And even as a younger kid, my passion was always helping people out with that, in that case, learning what I can and basically teaching people the knowledge that I know. And if I feel like if it can help somebody, then it's worth it.
I love it. So you get to educate people around the thing that you're passionate about with some of the technology and helping people walk through those things and stuff.
Yes.
That's wonderful. How long have you been there?
I've been there for about 4 months now.
Okay.
And honestly, I really, really love it. It's amazing. Aside from the basic job stress, I really enjoy what I do. Yeah, like say somebody they don't know how to create the email. What I do is, because I know that they probably don't know the first thing about going around the interface.
Yeah.
Because I was there one point and I didn't know, I felt like I was quote unquote dumb when it came to electronics. And I was like, I feel like because I do know all of the things I know, I can get that more hands-on approach. Be it you don't know what type of charger you need, you don't know how to do something in your phone, you just need simple directions, or you just need to like sit down and really talk about your electronics and get to know it better. You don't always need to buy another phone. You don't always need to get something repaired. If you can find a workaround and I know that workaround, I will get that workaround to you and let you know how to use that workaround to your best of ability.
I love that. You don't always have to get a new phone. That's fun. Sometimes it's getting a probably like more familiar or utilizing what you already have.
Yeah.
Is that what you come across?
Yes.
Because I feel like even with my phone, I probably don't tap a lot of what it could do or different things because of the ignorance gap there,
Yeah.
you know?
And even then, I don't really like to call it an ignorance gap. It's just more of something you didn't learn yet.
Yeah.
The world is full of endless knowledge, and I feel like you're never really too old to learn something. That's another reason why I really like the Enrich program as a whole. Me being the youngest in the classroom, even at 20 years old, there was people generations and generation above me who they themselves didn't know what they were doing.
Right.
And that in turn also helped me really resonate and really sit down and get onto their level as well. That we're all in the same place, we're all at the same pace, we all are learning the same things.
Yeah.
I just felt like I wasn't alone. And I felt like knowing that people outside my generation were also experiencing the same things helped me myself really calm down and be like, all right, so this is normal.
Right. I like that. It helps us remember that common humanity thread.
Yeah.
Right. Because we all have experienced life, and whoever tells you the older you get, the better you get it is silly.
I feel like a lot of times people will be like, I know what I'm doing. I got this. I've been doing this for years.
Right.
And then that one little hiccup or that one little wall can come in the way, and then all the cards come crashing down.
Right. Right.
And I'm just like, all you need to do is just stop for a second and ask for that small bit of assistance. And that small little bump will just be a bump in the wind.
Right. Sometimes I think we look at age as like arriving. Like the older you get, maybe you'll arrive with a life that's you understand, you have control of, you know everything, you've been through, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I think majority of people, as long as we leave opportunity to always continue learning, we'll realize that's where the real growth is. It's not about arriving. It's more about having that continual curiosity to change and grow, you know.
And it hurts to see somebody who just sticks their feet into the dirt and doesn't want to learn anything else or doesn't want to do anything else. And then like I get those people with electronics too, where they will just dig in their feet and be like, I don't know how to do this. Could you do it for me? And I'm like, all right, I can, but you'll come back to this problem eventually, whether it be tomorrow, a month ahead, years in the future. I just want to teach you how you can get around this so that you don't have to deal with the headache of needing somebody else's assistance.
Right, right. And I think sometimes whenever we peel back those stubbornness, I know I've been stubborn, I think, whenever I was scared or insecure, because I don't want to feel stupid. I don't want to, that internal voice is telling me I never get these things right, et cetera, et cetera. So sometimes I wonder if people who do stick their feet in the ground and don't want to lean into learning something new, it might be more of a insecurity around, I don't want to feel X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And this uncomfortableness of learning something new, right?
Yeah.
So do you find that even in navigating the people besides the tech side, that Enrich has really been able to maybe help you understand and see people differently?
It was always a trigger for me whenever somebody felt like I felt like somebody was wasting my time. I used to always get impatient, get angry. And through Essential Skills, I learned that time is one of the things that I have the most of. I can sit there for hours and hours and listen. And it's not going to change the fact that I'm sitting there regardless.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to sit there regardless. Why not? Why not listen? Why not be that beacon? Why not be that beam of joy? I just feel like I could use my time to really help other people enjoy theirs.
Yeah, I like that. If you're there regardless, why not engage it?
It helped me really think about it from the other person's shoes a lot better. I'm able to really think about the why behind somebody's actions as to opposed to the what they did.
Right. And I think with that, you probably won't take it as personal either, right?
A lot. Yeah.
Well, I love it. I love hearing your story and your heart and you opening up and taking time to do this with us today. As we wrap up, I always like to ask, what would you tell someone who, actually, let's phrase it this way, because I did this before. What would you tell Sincere 3 years ago before he got into Enrich? How would you encourage someone in a similar situation and letting them know what's out there?
I'd say that you still have a chance. Slow down. You have time. You have resources. You just got to open your eyes and really search. There's always enough time for anybody, no matter how old you are, no matter where you are in life. If you want to change, there's definitely a possibility.
I love that. I love that so much, especially the slowing down part. In fact, whenever you said that, I felt myself take a breath.
Yeah.
And just slowing down and helping you see beyond. Right?
Yep.
I love that. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it. I love hearing these stories about Enrich and Richland really partnering and helping create change.
Yeah, it was a pleasure being here and really being able to do be able to get my voice out there, get my name out there. It's always been a dream of mine, whether it be just streaming, podcast. I always felt like I have a voice and that I could really get that voice out there.
Well, it definitely shows. I love it. Thank you.